the word that changed India's voice, the final story of Piyush Pandey. Just imagine. A man whose words transformed the way millions thought. The man who didn't just give the nation a slogan, but a new identity. Ab ki baar, Modi Sarkar. His voice echoed through every TV screen, every radio, and every Indian heart. But today, that voice has fallen silent. India's ad guru, the king of creativity, and the magician who turned emotions into Bradsa, Piyush Pandey, is no more. It was early morning. The Mumbai sky was grey. The streets were stirring with usual traffic. But inside the Ogilvy office, the birthplace of India's most iconic ads, there was an unusual silence. Because that morning, at 5:50 a.m., the man who taught India that advertising isn't about selling, it's about touching hearts, had left this world. Piyush Pandey, a name that still brings a smile the moment we hear Fevicol ka jod hai, tootega nahi. A name that makes your heart melt when you hum Kuch Khas Hai Zindagi Mein for Cadbury. A name that paints even your walls with memories when you hear Har Khushi Mein Rang Laye Asian Paints. But his story isn't just about creativity, it's the story of a man who captured India's soul and translated it into words with simplicity, desi warmth, and emotional depth. From the narrow lanes of Jaipur to becoming the global creative head of Ogilvy, his journey sounds professional on the surface. But in truth, it's the story of a man who wanted to change the world through words. When other kids played cricket, young Piyush searched for a straight talk instead of a straight drive. That passion even took him to Rajasthan's Ranji Trophy team. But his real game was beyond the pitch. It was the game of words, emotions, and winning hearts. 1982, that was the year he joined Ogilvy Matha. He began as a humble copywriter and gradually rose to the highest peak in India's advertising history. He never learned from books how to sell. He learned from people how to touch hearts. He often said, if your advertisement can't be understood by a village woman or a rickshaw puller, then it isn't an advertisement at all. The campaigns he created weren't just brand promotions. They became memories for millions. The Fevicol ad with the unbreakable egg, where the egg doesn't crack because the stool is glued with Fevicol, wasn't just humor. It was a symbol of India's stubborn strength. The Cadbury Dairy Milk girl dancing on the cricket field. That wasn't just about chocolate. It was about the freedom of joy. And Mail Sur Mera Tumhara, the song that united voices from every corner of India into one melody. That was the miracle of Piyush Pandey's pen. He once said, India is not a country you sell to. It's a country you speak to. And he did exactly that. He spoke in India's language, in India's heartbeat. In 2014, when the nation stood at a defining political crossroads, Piyush Pandey wrote 5 simple words, Ab ki baar, Modi Sarkar. Just 5 words, but they changed history. That slogan became more than a campaign. It became a public emotion. Regardless of one's political stance, it was undeniable that this was a turning point in advertising history. But to know Piyush Pandey only for Modi slogan or Fevicol ads would be an injustice to his legacy. His true identity lay in his humanity. He was the kind of man who spoke with the same respect to the most junior copywriter as he did to the global CEO. He believed that creativity doesn't understand hierarchy. A great idea can come from anyone. His sister, singer Ila Arun, often said, Piyush was the happiest and most mischievous person I knew. No matter how serious the atmosphere at home, his trademark laughter could light up the room. He used to say, if you can laugh, you can think. And if you can think, you can create something great. His passion for cricket never faded throughout his life. Once, when someone asked him, if you hadn't chosen advertising, what would you be doing today? He smiled and said, I'd probably still be wicket-keeping somewhere. That humility, that down-to-earth charm, was what made him so relatable to the everyday Indian. In 2004, When he became the jury president at the Cannes Lions, it was a historic moment for the Indian advertising industry. For the first time, an Asian had occupied a chair that had, until then, been reserved for Europeans and Americans. He proved to the world that while the language of creativity is global, its roots are always local. His life was never short of honors. From the Padma Shri 2016 to the London International Awards Legend Award 2024 and hundreds of other global recognitions, yet he never wore them with pride, but with responsibility. He once said, "Awards look good on walls, but true satisfaction comes when someone says, 'Your ad made me laugh or moved me to tears.'" His outlook was always simple. When a journalist once asked, "According to you, what's the best Indian ad ever made?" he instantly replied, "The Lijjat Papad ad. Because that's the real India. Women, laughter, hard work, and flavor. That simplicity, that warmth, that was Piyush Pandey's essence." He proved that advertising isn't just a corporate boardroom game. It's connected to the emotions of streets, neighborhoods, villages, and homes. When the news of his passing broke, an outpouring of emotion flooded social media. Prime Minister Narendra Modi wrote, "Piyush Pandey's creative genius was admired by all. He made an unparalleled contribution to the world of advertising and communication." Gautam Adani said, "He gave Indian advertising confidence and a truly indigenous identity." Anand Mahindra shared, "We will miss his laughter, his energy, even more than his ads." And Uday Kotak recalled how Piyush had created the very first campaign for Kotak Bank back in 2003. He made banking feel relatable. All these tributes carried one emotion, gratitude. Because Piyush Pandey didn't just make advertisements, he built relationships between people and Bradsa. He showed that communication isn't just about sending a message. It's about creating a connection. Even in his final years, Piyush Pandey remained connected to Ogilvy, serving as a mentor and guiding the next generation of creative minds. He lived a simple, contained life with his wife near Shivaji Park in Mumbai, where every evening he would often say, "The best ads are born from the real moments of life." His philosophy was always simple: make ads for people, not for awards. And perhaps that's why, even decades later, people still remember the Fevicol truck ad, timeless and unforgettable. Many often ask him, "Why do your ads feel so relatable?" He would laugh and reply, "Because I don't talk to consumers, I talk to people. And people don't just look for price, they look for love." That one line became a lifelong lesson for every new Indian marketer. That before you sell a product, you must first win hearts. He used to say, "The real purpose of advertising is not persuasion, but participation." And that's why everyone saw themselves in his ads: a village woman, a city clerk, a teenage girl, or a father buying a Cadbury for his daughter. There was no glamour in his life, only grace. He never measured success by podiums or trophies, but by these smiles he brought to people's faces. His favorite quote was, "If your words can bring a smile to someone's face, that's true creativity." And that essence shone through every campaign he ever made. His sister Ila Arun once said, "He wasn't just my brother, he was my inspiration. He taught me that happiness isn't a concept, it's a habit." Today, when we look back at his legacy, we realize he didn't just write slogans, he wove India's soul into words. Indian advertising will never be the Sam without him. But his philosophy, his laughter, and his emotional touch will live on forever. He used to say, when people say, "Wow, what an ad," they shouldn't feel that, they should feel, "Wow, what a life." And truly, his life itself was a brilliant advertisement, with the concept of humanity, the tagline of a smile, and the brand name India.
Video has taught you something new. Do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestion. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls, and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.